Welcome everyone and gather round, for I am going to tell you of a legend about Pokemon that are not Pokemon, but they're sort of like Pokemon. In a world where their trainers build castles, have kingdoms, and explore a procedurally generated world, it's a multiplayer, action, survival, RPG, kingdom builder, Pokesomething, buzzwords game. All jokes aside though, I just feel that this game was conceptualized by someone who loves Pokemon Breath of the Wild and crafting survival-based building games and mashed it all together to make SkyClimbers. And in my opinion, this is an awesome thing. Just have a good look at the beauty of this game. And granted, the game world seems a little bit empty, but I'm certain they'll be populating the world with a lot of content. For those of you who subscribe to this channel because of Total War, bear with me for a while, since I love Total War and strategy games, but RPGs are my second home. I love these kinds of games, seriously, especially when they get to base building and survival. Then add wildlife that are sort of like Pokemon and you can catch them, have a party, fight with them and so on. I'm 100% sold. But on top of that, it's also going to be some sort of a kingdom simulator. Oh, I'm very sold. You can take both my kidneys. Oh, hang on. I'm getting a call.
Hello, man?
Yes, hello?
Hi, man. Hey, how many kidneys do you have, dude?
I only have two.
Yeah, I thought so. You cannot give them two. You're gonna die.
Can I not give them both?
No, dude. You're gonna die. That means death.
Well, is death an impediment to playing the game?
Of course, you're gonna be dead. How are we gonna be playing a game if you're dead?
No, I see.
Okay, good.
Well, then I guess I'll give one kidney and one lung then.
Oh my god.
Right, so the game has all these systems that it wants to get into place, but will it happen? I'll let you judge that after we go over the Kickstarter page. Spoiler alert, it was a massive success. Game was backed 125% in under 24 hours, and 1 month later, they have raised $340,000. Mind you that the goal was $25,000. So they now have almost 14 times more than what they set out to get, which means that the game will have a lot of extra content. So let's go through the Kickstarter campaign page and read what the devs have to say about their game. Here's the Kickstarter page for SkyClimbers, the multiplayer city building action RPG. And it's quite interesting. This game is really quite interesting, as I told you in the intro. So let's see the page, let's see if this game is actually going to come about, and I really do think so. Especially because there's so much people that want this game done. And the guys, they were looking for $25,000. They got $340,000 for this game, which is quite insane if you think about it. 14 times your budget, you know, what you're going to ask for. So that's quite a lot. Alright, let's take a look at this. So you have here the stretch goals that they set out for this game, and I think they were probably very impressed that they made it through almost to the last stretch goal, and only the roguelike mode mini games were, you know, short of, but they're gonna do it because they got 340k. They were just 10k short of it. So they're gonna do this anyway, and they put a poll actually, and you know, for the community on Discord, and half the people, or a little bit over half the people, wanted the roguelike mode instead of the minigames, which I think it's kind of a weird choice. I would have gone for the minigames for sure, but a lot of people like roguelikes, I guess. So they're gonna do the roguelike, and then at a later point they're gonna add minigames as well. That's my understanding of it anyway, but at 50k they got 100 more tameable Sentius, which is the wildlife, so they probably had maybe about 50 to 100, and they're gonna add 100 more. So remember Pokemon first generation, yeah, you're probably gonna get about the same amount of Sentius, and they also have different types of Sentius, which is pretty cool. Right, you have fires, you have wind, you have waters, and you know, what have you, the usual stuff. Then you have 4 classes now. So I only knew about 3 classes, which is the archer, the paladin, and the mage, but I guess they're gonna add more. So that's pretty cool. I haven't seen the 4th or the 5th classes yet, but we're gonna get there. We have a 48-player domination game mode, and again, this is a kingdom building game, okay? So you are on an RPG game, sure, you have one character, but you build your little kingdom, right? And then you're gonna be fighting against the other players on the map. So think about Rust, but you actually have minions and soldiers and monsters to help you, right? That's kind of the idea they're going for, which is really cool. So if you are offline, you're gonna have your minions defend your base, but then again, I think players are probably gonna have the upper hand, but we'll see about that on the game. The game is not out yet. The pre-alpha stage is gonna be maybe late 2021. Somewhere around that, and I am pretty eager to see some footage of that. So let's keep going. 150k you have the 5th class, 250k you had 4th dynasty, and what the dynasties are, when you begin the game, when you create a new character, you're gonna pick a dynasty, and the dynasty will be your background, let's just say, you know, where your character comes from, pretty much, and each dynasty will have their own building style, their own architecture that you can, you know, that's gonna show on the buildings you build pretty much. So that's pretty cool. So you're gonna have 4 different types of buildings, which is gonna be pretty good. And then at 300k we had PvP arenas and world gyms, and so they're gonna that's gonna be there, so they're gonna be gyms as well. So really similar to Pokemon. It's impossible not to say that this is kind of like a Pokemon open world game, right? And you have the PvP arenas, probably imagine Pokemon League, I guess, which is sort of funny, sort of not, but I guess your little character also fights, you know, with the bows, if you're an archer or a warrior, whatever, with swords and stuff. So then you have the roguelike mode for 350k, and also the mini game. So they got all this, and they're gonna get these 2 anyway. So that's kind of it. Let's keep looking. So the game. What is the game? Build your kingdom, choose your class, and tame monsters in the city-building open-world action RPG that takes place in a procedurally generated anime-themed metaverse. So it kind of looks like Breath of the Wild, and sure enough, Breath of the Wild is one of their inspirations right there. And look, it's so cute. The thing is so cute. Yeah, I want one of these. They have plushies, by the way. At least I think they had plushies. I think I saw them somewhere. They were really cute. But yeah, so inspired by Breath of the Wild, Minecraft, Pokemon, and RTS games like Northgard. So it makes sense. They try to blend all of this into a single game. And what worries me is that maybe it's a little bit too ambitious, but then I said this about some other game not long ago, but I think this might be a little bit too ambitious. But they're clearly chugging the game along, and I think it's really gonna come out. Now, whether it's gonna be successful in doing this, that's a whole different story, but if they nail at least 2 of these 4 aspects of the game, it's gonna be good, right? The most similar game on the market is Valheim. I beg to differ. I really don't think there's gonna be anything similar to this, because this is just too different, I think. Maybe if Valheim and Pokemon had a kid, maybe that would be it, I don't know. But then again, you have the city building and those things, so I don't know. Tame as many monsters as you want, such as Akaneko, the red panda. Okay, I see how it is. Build your kingdom. Okay, at its core, SkyClimbers is a city building game. Like, this is what really gets me interested about this game, is the city building part of it. I don't know, especially in a map with 40 something other players. I don't know. Could be fun. Then you have choose your class. So these were the 3 starting classes. You have the mage. I was calling this guy a paladin. Maybe it's a knight or something like that. And the archer, of course. There are now 5 unique classes, okay, because of the stretch goals. And then play with friends. So SkyClimbers is multiplayer cross-platform game with a massive infinitely generated universe, okay? So this is very interesting, and the multiplayer cross-platform is going to be pretty nice as well. The multiplayer is up to 48 players, if I got it right. So that's the question out of the way. To tame a Sentius, you first need the Sentius Gauntlet. Yeah, on the trailer there's this space tech that's kind of coming down to the planet or whatever that is, and I don't know what it is. Is it this thing that's coming down and you have to get one of these before you get your first Sentius? I don't know. Point your gauntlet at the sentients and begin taming. And you can actually evolve them like Pokemon. Like, this is pretty much Pokemon. Oh man, I can't stop comparing it to Pokemon. So build your own kingdom, and it's a real-time base building. Villagers will spawn in your stronghold. You know, you have the villagers. It's actually like an RTS game. Manage game currency and resources for your kingdom. Yeah, it is that. So I guess you have villagers, and the villagers are going to be gathering on the game world as well. Stuff like that. Chop trees and mine for stone. This is survival game brand, you know, typical stuff. And then you have a building system that it's very, very similar to Rust's building system. If you have never played Rust, you know, it's a modular building system where you have the walls, you have the door frames, you have the doors, and you kind of place them one at a time. Or you can build pre-constructed buildings, for example. Which is what this guy is doing here. He's getting there, kind of like Age of Empires. Talk, 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 pop. And suddenly you have a house. Right, each dynasty has its unique architecture style that you can build. So you see here some oriental looking things with some weird thing right there. I don't know what that is. But it's the Foryuku dynasty. Well, it resembles ancient Japan, exactly. I know, it's the paladin that I was talking about on the classes. Choose your class. Yeah, this is not updated, I guess. The classes seem to have some balancing act here with the defense, attack, and speed. When I looked at the archer seems to be the all-round kind of thing. Well, I don't know if it should be. I think the mage should have more attack, maybe less speed. And this guy should maybe have more speed, maybe a little bit less attack. I don't know. But seems interesting. It's probably going to be an interesting balancing between the classes right here. They will probably have to balance it better in the future, but it is what it is. So survive, you get to fight against mob enemies in groups or alone. This is interesting. Do these mob enemies roam the world as well? That could be interesting. Farm or hunt resources to battle hunger. Yeah, that's a trope from survival games. And build barracks and command units to defend your kingdom. This it's really interesting. Like, if they get to put all of this on the same bag and push it out and making it work, this is going to be awesome, because you get to play an RPG game but also a real-time strategy game at the same time. So this kind of fits on the channel, to be fairly honest. I was thinking, nah, this is an RPG game and I've been doing strategy content, oh my god, but no, maybe not. Maybe this is going to be RTS. Oh man. Alright, anyway, tame monsters. Monsters evolved as they level up, unlocking new moves and abilities. Pokemon! Pokemon. Choose one of the 3 unique elemental starters. Pokemon! Pokemon. Choose, mix and match with your class to create unique combos. Okay, this is interesting, actually. So, maybe you can get a Sentius Pokemon that does a lot of damage, you know, ranged damage, and then you can be an archer and also do a lot of range damage, or a mage or something like that. Or maybe you can be a healer mage and have a Sentius that tanks a lot and that does damage up close. I don't know, maybe you can do that. Mounts. Any Sentius that reaches a large enough size is able to be mounted on land, in the water, and above the sky. This is actually pretty interesting. It's another way to traverse the universe and the world. That's actually pretty cool. What worries me about mounts, especially flying mounts, is that the players will then not meet up in the middle. But since this game is not going to be an MMO, I don't really care too much about the flying mounts. I think it's pretty cool at that. So yeah, that's kind of nice. Oh look, it's a Rhyhorn. And it's Zebra and the Rideout. Oh, it's because it's zebras, right? So it's a zebra. I don't know, that kind of sounds like some cringe Portuguese translation. Oh god. Every dynasty will feature a legendary elemental dragon, such as Araxos from the Draconian dynasty. That's nice. The Draconian dynasty, probably the knights and the medieval guys. I'm assuming, anyway. That magma dude is actually pretty cute. That's nice. You have the names here if you want to check, but the screenshots are all pretty damn cool. You have some magma Sentius. That's pretty nice. I hope there's quite a lot of variety here. I really hope so. There's the mascot. I guess this is Pikachu. I guess this is kind of like Pikachu. Alright, some more Zeburas. Oh god, a Terra type Sentius. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Mantaraf. Oh yeah, because it's a giraffe, right? Mantaraf. I see how it is. Some Sentius will travel in herds or flocks. This is actually kind of nice. Seeing some actual, you know, biological behaviors, I guess, on the monsters that you're putting on a game. Yeah, that's kind of cool. So I guess they will just walk around and stuff. Yeah, I guess. Shiny forms of the Sentius can be found randomly and they're called Astral. Yeah, it wouldn't be Pokemon clone if it didn't have shiny Pokemon, right? I mean Sentius, right? God. You know, this is not a critique, okay? It's like, it's just, they're trying to implement a system that they love from another game, or the idea of another game on something that, you know, from other systems, from other games they love, I guess. That's the best way to put it. So I guess they're going to be different biomes. Well, that kind of makes sense because the Sentius are also different elements, so they live in different biomes, so that's actually makes sense. Discovered new biomes. I can see some ships out here, so there's gonna be some sea traveling and stuff like that. Okay, I like it. There's gonna be a lot of sea exploration as well. And look at that castle in the distance. That looks absolutely amazing. What an amazing looking game, to be honest. Discover new biomes, each with its own fauna and flora. Uncover an ancient story embedded into the world. A completely procedural game world that regenerates over time as you harvest its resources. Now, it regenerates over time, but what's the time frame that it regenerates in? I remember, I don't know what game was it, but there was a game that they were saying, was it Ultima? It was an old school game that they had like this, all this ecology on the game with mobs or packs of wolves that would hunt rabbits, for example, and you know, they had all this thing going about, and the rabbits would eat certain plants, and when there was no rabbits, the wolf population would go down and the rabbit population would go up, and blah blah blah. And then players just, you know, they completely hunted everything, and they didn't allow the populations of the mobs to replenish, so eventually the game became a barren wasteland. I don't remember what game it was, but this happened, so they have to be very, very careful about this. The world regenerating over time as you harvest, you know, because if it regenerates over a long enough period of time, the world is going to become barren, and that's not very good, is it? Alright, every character, object, and living thing in the game must consist of at least one of the pure elements. Alright, so these are all the elements that we have. Okay, so we don't have water and wind, we get air, Gaia, Plasma, Magma, Terra, Aqua, Void. Okay, that's pretty cool. Then we go for the dynasties. Okay. Alright, there's a lot of stuff here, but... And you can actually check all of these things. I'll put the link to the Kickstarter in the bottom, but this video is already getting pretty long, so I'm just going to rush into what matters. So the combat, bring your companions with you to real-time combat scenarios. All 3 starter companions have unique skill trees as well, so you can mix and match your class based on your companion. Emergent gameplay systems can be used in combat. That's interesting. Burn enemies with the grass, attract lightning, or use boulders to your advantage. Alright, this is really, really cool. This is a very cool system. I would like to see the combat, but I haven't seen any combat on any trailers or anything like that, so... that's kind of... I'm sorry, that's kind of sad. But well... so multiplayer. At launch we plan to have co-op functionality so you can share your world with other players and play through the survival based building game loop with or without them. Okay, that's good. Keep your character persistent no matter what you do. Take your class and companion with you to co-op matches, PvP, or even multiplayer ranked matches. Okay, that's interesting. I don't really know how these are gonna work, like PvP and multiplayer ranked matches. What is that? So is this gonna be like a battle royale game, or you have your own persistent world, but then you can go into a match to do a 1v1 against other players? Is that what's going on? I don't know. That could be interesting. In addition to your dynasty, you'll have to choose between Troy and Void allegiance for PvP. Okay, I see. So I guess there's gonna be kind of like Horde versus Alliance thing. You'll always be able to choose between PvP and PvE. Okay. That's actually not bad because, you know, remember Rust? Rust is absolutely insane. Sometimes because you build your base, you get all of those resources over the course of, I don't know, maybe 10-20 hours that you put into the game, and suddenly someone comes along, steals everything, blows up your base, and then when you wake up, oh, I'm gonna play Rust today, you get in there and it's like, oh, I have nothing again. So all that grind for nothing, you know, some people like that, not me. I don't really enjoy that. So now, oh, there's the plushies. Ain't they cute? They're pretty cute. Alright, let's actually have a look at what they have here. We have collaborated, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. This is all blah blah blah. Why Kickstarter? In order to preserve our intellectual property, right? They didn't want to be beholden by the shareholders of some company, pretty much. That's what it is. They want to have full creative control over their product, and that's actually, you know, I understand that. I can absolutely understand that. So, and if people want the game, they're going to, you know, back the hell out of it, and that's exactly what happened. So I'm very happy about this, and I want to see this game come out. So the risks and challenges here, that's something that we always need to read. So they say, we are familiar with technical debt, and with such a small team we have had to make tough development decisions in the past. This is precisely why we switched to a procedurally generated model for the game. This way the algorithm does most of the heavy lifting. Updates can be deployed non-destructively to the entire game without compromising long development times. This is actually true, but the procedurally generated model might actually create worlds that might be kind of empty, but kind of not at the same time. I don't know. I think if it's handcrafted, you have full control of the player experience and what the player is going to find in the world map. While if it's procedurally generated, it has a good and bad sides of it, right? Just like anything. I think this was a good choice for this because it's a sandbox game. But I don't know. I think there could be parts of the map that are big chunks that are actually handcrafted. I don't know if they're gonna do that, but it would be cool if they were. New content can be created and iterated, blah blah blah. Yes, in addition to this, we are committing to shipping early access in 2021, which isn't far from now. So this is probably the most important part of all this. They are committed to shipping early access in 2021. Now, whether this happens or not, I don't know if it will or not happen. Anyway, this is pretty much it. There's nothing else of interest here. So this is pretty much it. This is SkyClimbers, guys. And if you like the game, go ahead. You guys can back this. Now, I'm not telling you go back this game because I'm really not. I didn't back it, so I cannot tell you guys to do the same. If you like it though, just go look around, go snoop around, and it maybe, who knows. I am actually pretty excited for this game. Are you excited for this game? Because this actually looks to be pretty damn cool. I think it was like Pokemon Arceus or Arceus, I don't know. Pokemon Legends, I guess, came out. It was like this open world Pokemon game, but this is looking much better. and it gives me the same feeling. So I guess I'm gonna be looking at this one for the foreseeable future, and when it comes out, I'll probably be here to show you some gameplay. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, stay cool, guys. This is gonna be kind of a different outro right now. Well, no, the same music is gonna go. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, do put a like and subscribe to the channel, and peace.
I'm in Portugal.